According to Prosecutor Tristan Snell, who of course is the individual who took down Trump University, but Mr. Snell has come out this past week and told us that there is a reason why Donald Trump had to strong-arm, and that's the word he used, the RNC into paying his legal bills up in New York. And Mr. Snell believes that based on recent reports about Donald Trump's actual financial holdings, that Trump made the RNC pay his bills because he has no money. Now, don't get me wrong. These new reports show that Donald Trump, at the end of his time in office, so about a year ago, had $93 million in cash. Now, I'm sure for you and me, obviously, $93 million is not broke. $93 million is I'm never going back to work again. Everybody else enjoy your lives. But for a guy like Trump, who claims to be worth upwards of $10 billion, having actually only, what would that be, 1% of that? Eek! That's not much compared to what he claims to be worth. And Snell went even further than that. It's not just the recent reports showing that he doesn't have much money. It's the fact that in the next 2 to 3 years, Donald Trump has $738 million in debt coming due, which means you have to pay it off in those 2 to 3 years, $738 million. And you only have $93 million cash on hand. Snell also pointed out that as best he can tell from his research, there isn't a single Trump property, not one, that is actually turning a profit right now. And of course, part of that does in fact have to do with the pandemic because, golf clubs, hotels, things like that, fewer people going in because of the pandemic, but still, they were already hurting because of Trump's reputation, and a lot of people that could afford to do these things didn't want to be associated with it. So he is not pulling in money from his properties. He's under indictment. His organization is in the state of New York. The investigation is still ongoing. He could owe hundreds of millions of dollars in fines, penalties, and restitution from the civil investigation in New York. That, of course, is the one that Letitia James is doing herself. So this guy really doesn't have all that much money. Let's suppose for a second that he does end up getting hit with, what is the number here? I'm sorry, let me find it. Because it was a huge number he mentioned that he could have to pay in restitution here. Okay, we're talking about, 100 to 300 million. 100 to 300 million that he could owe in back taxes, restitution, and fines in the state of New York. And if he only has 93 million cash on hand, well, let's do the math. Is 93 million bigger than 100 million? No, it's not. He is effectively broke at that point, cash flow wise. He still holds properties, but he would still owe the money. So he would have to begin selling off these properties because no banks will loan him money anymore. And that's an important thing to remember. Even Deutsche Bank, one of the last that said, yeah, we'll give you money. Well, shit, now we're under investigation too, so we're not going to do it anymore. So nobody's going to give him money. So even if he gets hit on the minimum end of the fines, back taxes, and restitution of $100 million, he doesn't have the cash to pay for it, according to reports. If he gets hit on the higher end, of course, he has to sell some properties. But then he still has the $738 million in loans to pay back in the next 2 to 3 years. Got to sell off more properties. You got to price them to sell too. And of course, because everybody knows that you have to offload these properties, they can hold out and pay you much less than they're actually worth because they will understand your situation. There is a very real possibility that because of all the debts, because of all the investigations, because of the lack of cash flow right now to his businesses, this is a perfect storm for somebody like Donald Trump to finally have to declare bankruptcy for himself. Not just the organization, but for himself. And that would be the most humiliating thing that Trump has experienced in his entire life. And of course, all of this goes back to the main point that Snell makes. All of these financial problems that are happening now and looming in the future are why Donald Trump, the alleged 10 billionaire, has to have the Republican Party pay his legal bills. Because at the end of the day, doesn't look like he has enough cash to cover it.